Pink loadout for CS2. Starting off with the pistols, we have the USP target acquired, but it is too expensive for around $140 in minimal wear, so a cheap option would be the USP Cortex in minimal wear for just $3.5, which looks great. Then we have the P250 Vinyl Primo in minimal wear for $3.8, and this one is perfect. It is such an underrated skin, you barely see anyone use it. For the Glock, we have the Pink DD Pad, and this is the best option in my opinion, but it is $41 in minimal wear, so if you want a cheaper version, I would go for the Glock Moonrise, which is just $1.3 in factory new. For the 5.7, I went to the Fairy Tail, and this one works perfectly, but it isn't that cheap for a 5.7 to be honest. It goes for around $15.5 in field tested. And before we go into the next one, this video was sponsored by Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a CSGO trading platform where you can trade your old rusty CSGO skins for some new shiny ones in just a few seconds. The way it works is pretty simple. You select the skins you want to trade and you select the ones you want to get. You click trade and it's done. If you use my code OZNI on the website, you get a bonus of up to $5 for absolutely free when you trade on the website, and you also get a 35% bonus when buying balance. On top of that, they have daily, weekly and monthly giveaways in the freebies page. The link to the website is in the description, and thank you Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. Next up we have the Tech 9, and for this one I went with the Decimator, and this is an easy choice for me. It looks nice, it's the most pink Tech 9 skin in CS2 as well, and the field tested version goes for around $8.5. For the Deagle, we have the Trigger Discipline, which is just perfect for this inventory, and it only costs 60 cents in factory new. Going over to the SMGs, for the Mac 10 we have the Discotheque in minimal wear for $4.4, which changes colors but it's mostly pink. For the MP9 I went with the Mount Fuji, which is actually my play skin for the MP9. It looks great and the minimal wear version is only $5. Going over to the rifles, starting off with the Galil, we have the Chromatic Aberration for $3.1 in minimal wear, which isn't fully pink but it mostly is. Then for the FAMAS we have the Pulse, which is perfect for this loadout, and the minimal wear version is something around $5. The AK-47 is an easy choice for me, it has to be the Neon Revolution. The Neon Rider could also work, but it is more purple than it is pink, and the Neon Revolution goes for around $27 in minimal wear, and if you want you can go for the field tested, which looks basically the same and only costs $11. The M4A4 is a tough one as there isn't any fully pink one, but I went with the Neo Noir, which I guess is the closest to pink. It costs around $10 in minimal wear, so it is pretty cheap. For the M4A1S there's a few choices, but I went with the Hyper Beast, which I know isn't fully pink, but it has a lot of pink and the artwork is awesome. It goes for around $20 in field tested. Now going over to the snipers, for the Scout I went with the Turbo Peak in minimal wear for around $6. It has a very nice artwork and just fits this inventory perfectly. As for the op, there's many choices. The best one in my opinion is the Lightning Strike, but it is super expensive, so a cheaper one would be the Pink DD Pad, which goes for around $20 in field tested, and it is perfect for this loadout. Going over to the shotguns, for the Nova I went with the Hyper Beast. In the Nova it has way more pink than the op and the M4 for example, so I think it goes very well with this loadout. And lastly for the XM I chose the Ziggy, which fits perfectly, and best part is it is super cheap. A factory new one doesn't even cost $1. Lastly for the knife and glove combo I have two options. The first one is with the Karambit Fade and the Sport Gloves Vice, but as you can imagine this one is very expensive, so a cheaper option would be the Gut Knife Doppler Phase 2 with the Specialist Gloves Fade in Battle Scarred. This combo goes for around $370, so it isn't too cheap, but sadly there aren't any cheap pink gloves. These are literally the absolute cheapest one, and for the knife I went with the Gut Doppler Phase 2 because the Phase 2 is the only one which is kinda pink, but you can go for any other knife depending on your budget. That is it. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for daily CS2 content.